Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming. More Endless Legend Inferno playing as the Kapaku. Alright, I think this is episode 10 now. I'm looking here on the borders of the oceans and realizing we are kind of getting boxed in here by the roving clans, and by a little I mean a lot. This could become a bit of a problem for us. We may have little choice but to go to war with them in the near future. City improvement to get Empire influence, get Grass Silk. Grass Silk is just kind of okay. I mean, more dust from trade routes is not bad. It's just not a huge deal either. Let's see. Do I care about these roaming armies? Not especially. I think they'll just kind of kill each other. Let's go ahead and continue searching some of these ruins. More dust and science. Thanking you. Anything we can get to increase my advantage. But I think we're going to have to build up a huge navy and then go fight the roving clans if we want to continue expanding and seeing the rest of the world. And that is kind of important. Oh, free mithrite. That's nice. Because at some point, not quite yet, but at some point, when we do finish up our faction quest, we are going to have the option to continue on with kind of a world event quest where we're trying to, I think, escape the planet or survive before the planet kind of dies. Sort of literally. I mean, y'all know that the winters are getting longer and stuff. Lore spoilers, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so, for that, you're going to wish that you kind of were going all over the world. You want to have as much map access as possible, because you're going to have to run from place to place quite a bit. Exotic alloys for free. That's not super important, but it's also not super bad, because at the very least it reduces my titanium and glass steel cost by 10%. So I'm not opposed to that. Got any more units? Yes, you need to grab this. We can build an alchemy workshop and get industrial processing. That's actually a pretty good tech. The potential for a lot of extra industry per citizen. So that's actually a fantastic pickup. Hey, look, it's the sea monster. It's supposed to be some sort of a kraken. It just looks like a sea flower with a tongue and teeth. But that's okay. Level up any district and get brigade system, which is just defense. Wow, we're getting a lot of really good missions right now. That's actually fantastic. I'm super happy about how that's turning out. Awesome. Okay, anybody else? You don't really have anywhere else to go at the moment, so I'm going to let you garrison in the city so we don't have to worry about you, and then we need to get some research. What should we work on next? So, I have a fair bit of mithrite. The problem is I'm pretty confident I'm going to need mithrite and hyperium for later versions of the faction quest, so maybe I don't want to spend that right now. Imperial funding for extra terrain with science. Like, that's a lot of science, potentially, but again, it cost me some hyperium. Brigade system we can actually get for free. Industrial processing we can get for free. So I'm not eager to spend money on that. We could go for Signal Corps, and that does allow us to increase the size of my armies a fair bit. Another 2 slots, that's not too bad. Could also go for some Guardians, whatever we have a lot of strategic resource in. For example, the Guardian of Earth. Pretty strong. Actually, very strong. Not sure if I want it, though. We could go for an assimilation slot. We are kind of missing that, and I've said that I want to get the Ursies in our empire, right? So that would probably be worth doing. Terrain, that's a lot of cost for upkeep, but it's potentially a ton of extra food as well. If we are going to do an extra assimilation slot, then you want to do one of the earlier tech ones, because it's the exact same benefit. This, for example, costs 2,000 science, as opposed to this one, which costs 3,000, but they do the exact same thing. So if we're going to do that, let's go for the native district. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting things like Glory of Empire or Public Works. Extra influence would be quite nice for us. We're going to go ahead and research the Public Works if we can. I think it could be nice. Keep in mind we do have, looks like 3 more turns until our next Empire plan. What is in my throat? And we need to figure out what we're actually going to need. So let's take a look at the simulation real quick. Now, I don't think I care about this because we're not going to war anytime soon. I would love to get both of these, though, and that's going to cost me 1,320 influence. I have 700, which means I need to get 600 in the next 3 turns, which means I need to get 200 a turn, which I'm going to go ahead and guess is probably not going to happen. Probably not. Let's just double-check that that's true. Kind of hate having to do this because I'll just have to reset all of my cities later if I don't do this, but let's try it. There's another 100 or so. 130. 141. 49. We're getting close. 162. 71. 200. Actually, we can do it. It's going to bring our entire empire down to a crawl, but we will be able to get a really solid empire plan to last for the next few turns. And the reason I want that is because now that we can transition into the more economic side of the game, we don't have to worry about conquering anyone for a while. I want to make sure we're really, really economically powerful, you know? I'd like to do that. That would be good. Better building production, more approval, everything just functions better. We've met a Draken Archivist who has interesting theories of war. Be at war with another empire in the next 10 turns. Well, little awkward. I kind of killed my neighbors, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but thank you. Cannot get to this ruin because this is actually a quest thing, so you can't open that until you finish the quest first. You guys, however, can continue to come down here. Hey, look, another ruin I totally ignored. We can't get here because it's, you know, separated by water, and we don't have the tech for it, but... Emeralds. Emeralds are pretty weak. Fortification on cities and stuff. Eh. Yeah, see, we can't get over here. So that's not going to be an option. Let's have this guy just go up to the city. You guys can go over here. Now, this is a quest as well. Winter Winds. Yeah, no, we can't do that one yet either. What are we missing for that? Oh, this is the one where we need the minor faction units. So which quest is this one? Right here. The Lost Explorers. Oh, I think that's where we needed 2 Harmonites. I think. Yeah, needed 2 Harmonites to make that one work. Okay, so do we have our Harmonites done? We have 2 of the 4. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave them for now anyway. You guys are going to go and explore up here. Because don't forget, the sea ruins do become more accessible with the endless mechanisms as well. So native district is done. We can now assimilate another one. What is the cost for assimilation? So we have a lot of options here. So let's see. If we did the Dorgeshi, we'd finish a mission, but I don't really care that much about it. The Hernas are the ones we want, I think, right? Not the Ursies, I'm sorry. Rumblers are not that great. I mean, they have beam attack, but Harmonites are just better in every way. Hernas are the ones we care about with the Orcs. For that, we currently have 2 villages, so all my units would get 10 extra attack. It would cost me 100 influence to make this work. I think I'm going to hold off on that, at least until I know I can finish my Empire plan. I'm also going to hold off on the Titan Bones, because we are not really taking advantage of industry right now, while I'm getting the influence, so let's wait and get as much Titan Bones effect as possible. Burrow Street over here is done. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get the Alchemy Workshop for the free tech. A chapel would be worth 1 extra pop. That's okay. Golem Camp would do the same thing. We could build a Golem Camp over here. Or there's not a lot to be had aside from an anomaly over here. I mean, potentially a Volcano Former would make this area pretty good, but... I think I'll just take the extra science and industry up here. Seems good enough to me. Okay, gold is done. Population has grown. Everyone is building. Let's see. So you're going to come back up here. You are going to go dive. 3 turns left on the Dust Eclipse, but I think we've gotten everything. Extra Mithrite. That's nice. You're going to go over here. So let's take my navy and go over to the capital, because we have a lot of ships that we need to build. Search. More dust and science. Awesome. You're going to come over here. We'll probably use my Harmonites to go kill these guys when we have the opportunity, and let's move on to the next turn. It's a pretty good amount of influence. Would be a lot better if I had the Glory of Empire, or anything. But the thing is, like, there are some factions that you really do need a lot of influence, right? The Draken come to mind. You actually can win the game with just sheer influence if you're careful with it. The Draken are especially good, though, because they can use influence, I think, to force other people to accept certain terms, like truces, I think. I haven't played the Draken in a long time. They're pretty good, though. So we're the first person to produce 4,000 dust at the end of a turn. We have 4,000 dust basically right now, so that's 80 free Palladian. Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. All right, we've gotten our pearls. Any more pearls I want? Yeah, let's just go grab pearls. You guys are just going to go ahead and garrison the city for now. I don't really know what else to do with you. You guys are heading back down this way. You guys are going to go garrison in the city. Still producing those lovely, lovely Harmonites. You guys are... My hero has nothing in particular to do. Why don't you come up here, and we'll grab this ruin. And where'd my 6-stack go? There they are. So there's nothing you can do here, right? You know. Alright, even more mithrite. Wow. Okay, that's pretty nice. You guys can just go to sleep for the time being. I wish we could, like, double-click and speed up movement, but since everyone kind of takes their turn at the same time, they don't let you do that. Why can't I select the army? There we go. Search, more dust, and science. Alright. I'll send you guys up here. New research needed. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the shipyard since we haven't been able to cross water yet, and I want to fix that. We will want to be able to do some exploring, even though the roving clans is not going to let me leave my continent anytime soon. And it looks like they did grab another water tile down here. But I see a couple of islands, so maybe we can find something good down here. Shipyard was done very quickly, only took 1 turn. Could build a national museum, and this would get me a lot of that influence that we're talking about. Could also build the national arena in this city, which would get me just 50% extra influence straight up. Alternatively, an Abbey of Anomalies would get me a lot of food if we build this. Which is just sort of okay. Do we want to do that now, or do I want other things? Alright, we'll go ahead and build the Abbey. You guys can all jump back onto industry or something. Alright, I was just doing food for now, actually. Actually, no, we wanted this to be a scientific city for the time being. Let's just go ahead and just rush out as much as we can there. Okay, these fire ships are, well, not able to do much without any support. We can finally do my Empire plan, so let's go ahead and do these. We had just enough and a little bit extra. Let's go assimilate the Hernas. And they have now been assimilated into my Empire, so now we can build the Orcs. Let's take a look at them. You guys, I think I will give Palladian weapons. I can't, because I haven't researched Palladian weapon tech. Never mind. Let's see. We can either have point-blank power, which is close-range attack, so if someone gets, you know, right up next to us. Otherwise, archers do take a huge penalty to their attack and defense, because archers don't like having melee troops right next to them. Alternatively, Flying Slayer, which is the main reason I wanted to be able to fight the necrophages. Until we find out anyone else has any flying units, I would say that's not a very high priority. That said, let's double-check the stats. 42-34, as opposed to a dust weapon, which is 27-16. So the titanium tier 3 weapon is still better than the dust weapons. So that's fine. We have plenty of titanium to go around. For my armor, we're just going to stick with some basic dust stuff. For my trinkets, we can go for the improved life. Yeah. I think I'll go for the improved movement because we want them to go keep up with the armies. Remember, your armies move as fast as your slowest unit. It's one of the reasons movement's not that important on cavalry, but it is on slow infantry. Let's see. Group cohesion, fast learner. I'm trying to think of something that's really good for an archer. Improved attack would be okay. I think improved attack. We have titanium and palladium, so these are going to be some pretty strong range 3 archers. They'll be fast. They should be able to do a pretty good amount of damage, but they really have to stick in the back line. But that's what we would go for there. My artillery ships, by the way, I have already decked out as well. We can actually get some Palladian stuff on these guys since we did get the armors. That's pretty hefty amount of extra life and health. Costs a lot of Palladian to make them, but that's a thing. Let's see. This costs a bit extra, 92.44. I do like having a lot of initiative, but it may not be as important on an artillery ship. As long as my fire ships are able to peel and just tie some people down, the artillery ships can rain death upon them. Still, I wouldn't mind having the extra movement for one and the extra initiative, just so we can kind of blow them up faster. Okay, and if that's the case, let's go ahead and upgrade the prow. So we're going to spend a lot of materials to build these artillery ships, but they will be quite strong. What do these do? Recovering, retaliation, deflector. What do we have right now? Fomorian Slayer, which actually is not as important since the Fomorians are basically dead. Improved Vision is just okay. So this is just to protect against retaliation damage, which I think is from like a counter or something. And Recovering, extra health regen. Honestly, neither of these are that important to me. And I don't need Fomorian Slayer at this point. So let's just go ahead and save some production costs. You don't have to deck everything out. And we'll go with that. Okay, let's see. We have plenty of dust, so you know what I'm going to do is just go ahead and rush both of these, because I'm tired of waiting. And we're going to build a couple of those artillery ships, and in fact, we're going to go ahead and buy one of them out. So that spends all my dust, but I want to have a navy. Dang it all, I want to have a navy. We can assign a hero here. I'm not sure what a hero is supposed to do exactly, but whatever. Let's go kill this roving army. Quest army. Look how many reinforcements we've got. Alright, so they're dead. That finishes that. We get some pixie blood and an item. Depends on the first army killed. Are you going to tell me what the item was? The answer is no. They are not going to tell us what the item was. We don't need to know what we got. You got a reward. Trust me. Don't you trust me? Not for a second. All right, so we're going to have all of our Harmonites as of next turn. We can continue our faction quest. You guys, let's go ahead and explore. We get some more Moonleaf. Now that we are done with our influence, we can start focusing on getting our industry and stuff back up again. We will pop the Titan Bones. You guys can get some... You know what? Let's just go for food. I'm not too worried about building stuff out. We'll get some extra Adamantium, sure. We can do a strategic intensifier right here. Do you have to build a strategic intensifier on an already existing thing, like this glass steel extractor? To be built on strategic resource deposit. I don't know. For some reason, we can build it there, but we couldn't on other things. Red Sang extractor as well. We'll go ahead and do that. If I had a luxury intensifier, we could do that. We'll need a dust refinery. There's a lot of things to be built over there. Oops. I hit escape, and I didn't mean to. Over here, we will focus on some industry once again. Let's get a sewer system and a... I don't need a chapel necessarily, but I do want the central market. Some extra production there would be good. Let's see. You would benefit more from a Chapel of Auriga because you have 2 populations, so let's do that. And a Golem camp. Any anomalies that scream my name? Not really. We could build over here, though, at the Watchtower. Get a pretty good amount of stuff. I'll build here. Golem camps do count as some extra population anyway, so we know we want that. Alright, get these guys off of the influence. You guys are building a golem camp. Let's build that faster. Then we want to get... probably... maybe time to expand a little bit. Yeah, especially since we can move this way and get some extra approval from an anomaly. The Botanical Garden. So I think that's worth it. You guys need to do industry as well. Yeah, we're just sort of sitting back and really ramping up our economy. That's all I'm trying to do. The science here is still fine. Anything I can do to get more science? The answer is yes if I have a lot of anomalies here. I only know of 1. So this is not a high priority. You want to build that where you have a lot of anomalies. I think I will build the National Museum here just so we have the option to get some extra influence since it is a tall city. You guys, we could expand a bit more if we wanted to level up any more districts. Wish there was an easier way to see exactly where your districts are, like a little bit better highlighted, you know? 53 here on the Industrial Megapole, by the way. 53 Industry. Obviously, that's pretty good. We have a couple of anomalies here. Actually, we could probably justify building the cryometric monitor here, and this will have us a better season prediction as well. Or we can just build, you know, more artillery ships and stuff. Let's go ahead and get a Pixie Blood Extractor. We can't build any more artillery ships until I have more adamantium, which is producing 5 per turn, so that's pretty good. You guys can get another Titan Bones Extractor. An Abbey of Anomalies could be good here. Nah, it wouldn't get me a lot. We do want to build... Can I not build a chapel? Do we already have a chapel? I think we do. We'll build an alchemy workshop. Gosh, this is taking forever. There's so much to have to manage at the same time now. Alright, I think that's everything for now. Grand. Let's move on to the next turn finally. Oh, wait, we need more science. Okay, what should we get? Alliances, more assimilation slots. This could be good for food. Let's go for the Signal Corps. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to want to be able to have 8 units in an army no matter what we do. Is always going to be good. By the way, we're researching things really fast. Like, we have a pretty solid amount of Science per turn is working to my advantage, so doing great on that front. All right, a whole bunch more artillery ships should be on the way. Looks like we got our industrial processing. We can build that now for adamantium and titanium for extra industry per pop. Who are the Hernas? With the Watchman's pelt in your sack bag, the furs matted and smeared with blood, you resolve to visit the Hernas tribe who triggered this massacre. So if we travel to an indicated village and talk to the Hernas while showing the Watchman's pelt equipped on a hero. I have that? We would get 2 Hernas and some pixie blood. Also, we finished the Fragment of the Crystal because we have more Science Ministry stuff, so that's a little bit of extra dust for me. Also, we apparently finished another Legendary Deed where we have one of our heroes up to level 8, which means we have the Intelligence Core, which means we have 20% health regen across the entire Empire. That's really good. Big fan of that. You're up to level 3, are you? All right, let's go for some extra approval. You're going to be a governor. Okay, so this is the area we need to go with the Hernas. Apparently. Seer, this guy, got up to level 8. So we do want to go for an extra 10%? I would say so. Cultist heroes, man. Amazing governors. The city is producing a crud ton of everything. Also, influence that I totally forgot about. Oops. Let's see. So we could improve my production even further. I think I'd rather just go ahead and commit to getting another fire ship. Let's see. So we do need to get my Harmonites out. Let's take them. And let's assign a hero. We need, what was her name? Hakua Wee? There you are. Hakua Y. My mistake. You are going to go over here. This is going to allow us to continue with our faction quest. Eventually, whenever she gets over there. Any dang time. You guys really have not much to do, except for just sort of patrol around. Why don't you guys come down this way? We're going to explore these islands and see what's going on. This place looks frigid cold. Frozen grass. Yeah, sure enough. There's gold. And frozen spikes. More adamantium. Pixies. I'd love to go ahead and grab one of these bastions down here. If I can get a large enough navy that I'm not worried about the roving clans, we'll go ahead and start working our way down here. We'll try to grab at least 1 or 2 of these outposts, get some mark on the sea, before we worry about fighting the roving clans. All right, let's see what we got here. Sway of the Master. It's an item. It allows slavery to happen. Oh, cool. We just have rings that let people enslave others. That's great. We've discovered the truth. You must come and see this, are the words she gave the guide to relay to me, so I come, fearfully. For Custodian Tua and Overseer Elois have disappeared. Quest 6, from the Journal of Custodian Actal. Some sights you can never forget. They sear into your mind, and you will carry them with you until the flame burns out. We reached the entrance tunnel to the underground site as night fell. Hakui, I don't know, emerged from the shadows, eyes scanning the horizon beyond us. It must have only been a matter of moons since I'd last seen her, but in her eyes I could see someone who'd aged half a lifetime. Thank the fires, she managed. You must be exhausted and famished. Rest tonight and we go now. She nodded, then snapped her finger to call over her mount. We descended in silence deep into the earth. The air grew hotter and murkier, enough so that I could remove my breathing mask, but it was a small comfort against my trepidation. The passage sides gradually smoothed from natural formations to artificial walls, and I grasped when I first spied the familiar symbols of the Endless. Their carvings half eroded by time. Strange dead shells littered the ground, like the slowed exoskeletons of giant insects. We passed a couple of crumpled suits, the fabric frayed, alien bones poking through the rips. Then we entered the facility proper. I still shudder at the recollection. Preservation stacks filled with corpses, each displaying different variations of fatal burns. Cylindrical fluid chambers where blind, crab-like tentacle menace still twitched in time with our footfalls. Flickering screens documenting the terrifying evolution of a fungal phage on a host of different species. Every chamber greeted us with fresh horrors. What is this place? I stuttered. We believe it's an endless military lab. They must have been researching every conceivable means of mass killing. I was left speechless. The horror was too much to take in. We have uncovered another 2 facilities since I sent for you, even more in the weeks prior, all deserted. Everything suddenly fell into place. Auriga, the whole planet, must have been an endless research station. A secret world of horrors until some calamity had befallen it, forcing the elders to abandon it. Evidently, the world had healed in the time since, and their survivors had emerged from their hideaways to reclaim the surface. And in the Kapaku, the Endless had found a race capable of erasing their great shame, completely. We were their hapless cleaners, and our survival mattered not a jot. It was then that I knew we must find Custodian Tua. Try as I might, I couldn't believe she'd have anything but a victim of their deceit as well. So, Custodian Tua is missing. Find and defeat her. She was seen in the region Akhe, and we would get Tua's hammer, which is a Hyperium weapon. Really, really good. Don't think we can afford it. Where's Akhe? Do we know where that is? Oh, crap. The answer is no. We have no idea. We own an entire continent, and we have no idea where that region is. It's all the way over somewhere else. All the more reason that we need to go ahead and start exploring the seas. Let's send these guys with our Harmonites to go and explore for the Lost Explorers that way. All right, next turn. Well, that's fun. Yeah, that's part of the story here, is Auriga is basically a giant test facility. And I think a lot of different factions will have quests that ultimately kind of dive down deep and find this stuff. Obviously, to everyone's great surprise. Let's go ahead and use this guy to go and grab this ruin, since I apparently forgot that it was a thing. Let's see. We are still building another artillery ship. Let's go ahead and buy out the fire ship and then build another artillery ship. Say that that's a higher priority than the Pixie Blood Extractor. We are building pretty quickly here. You can explore. We find more dust and science. Thank you, Garrison. A lot of things have grown. More research needed. So what should we get next? We're 2 techs away from Era 5. The Borers Guild would allow us to get even more terrain on industry. Sorry, industry on terrain. Gosh. That just is embarrassing right there. Privateers don't matter that much to me. Recruiting is something we can't really afford. We're going to get this for free if we finish a quest. We could go for the anaerobic microbiology for the extra food. Could be good for some taller cities since everyone is going to ultimately be volcanic. Do we want to do this, or is there something else better? We don't have any lava flow. Cargo docks would be good later. Could go for extra trade routes. This might actually be good. We have the potential to gain a lot of dust and science from trade routes, so increasing their bonus might be good. I kind of like the idea. Alright, next turn. Oh, you guys need to garrison up. Forgot about them. This hero has really not much to do at the moment. Come down here, I guess. Artillery ships built. Relocation of the blind. Create a new temple worthy of the eyeless ones. Return to some ruins. Also, somebody has built a guardian. Okay. So now we get the notification. A guardian exists. That does start up a new quest, where if we can have an army composed of only a single flying unit of level 4 minimum, we can discover some technology of guardian slayers, which could be useful if we are expecting to fight some people later that have guardians, which might happen. All right, let's search here. We have discovered some wine. If we can go to destroy some haunts, we would get the Disharmony Shield, which is just an okay shield. So let's search this again. Apparently I can't right now. Where are the haunts? They're around somewhere. We have to kill them. Okay. Have you guys garrison up? Okay. So let's see. Wings of Ruin, yes. Ah! So this is one of the abilities of the roving clans. They technically control the market, and they have just banned me from their market. Which means I no longer am able to shop for any new heroes or units or anything. We would have to get them to lift the market ban. Now to start off, it's kind of difficult. It would cost us a bit of influence. We'd have to give them something. Over time, I think the influence cost of this goes down. But yeah, that's a problem, obviously. They have decided they really want to upset me. Bold move, player, bold move. These are some ruins we need to inspect. I have an army nearby. Let's go up here and do that real quick for the eyeless ones. Finish that, we get some Quicksilver. Good news is I'm sort of self-sufficient enough I don't need the market. It just sucks that we can't get any more heroes. Alright, over here, we aren't building anything. We could go for the extra luxury resource boosters on a city, but that costs a lot of dust. Wouldn't mind going for the production line, because then we can really switch between either industry or science as needed on this city, and produce things very, very quickly. Otherwise, this guy kind of can sit back and do nothing. Alright, let's see. We've got 5 ships now. We are building out another artillery ship. I don't have enough dust to buy it out. We're making 378 dust per turn, which is reasonable. Yeah, nothing else to worry about there. So, where did the haunts go, I wonder? Move on for now. You guys need to move over this way. Apparently he has to go down to the coast. It does take up your entire movement to go onto the water. But because we did that before we actually finished processing the turn, we got to make that work anyway. Who are these guys? Saratans. Not very important. Oh! The roving clans just got murdered by somebody. Well, great. Does that mean that I still have access to the market? It looks like light green may have killed them. Yeah, I have access to the market again. Thank you! That was convenient. Alright, I could get heroes if I want them. Don't think I need them at the moment. There are the haunts. I'm not even going to bother with this one. Just kill them. Harmonites are fine. Dead haunts. Alright, that worked. Search. Apparently I can't right now. I don't know why. Alright, well, we need to end this video up, but thank you all very much for watching. Ooh, that's pretty good. I hope you enjoyed, and if so, you'll consider hitting that like button. Hit that, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit that notify bell if you have not already. My name is Pravus, and I will see you guys next time.